Hello, my name is Nobody. Welcome to Game 3 of this round of 8 matchup between VIK and Black Forest. This is going to be, looks like double Arabia now, and we're playing with co-op. So both players here, VIK Dench and VIK Vinchester, they're going to be sharing resources here, which makes it different than a standard just a 2v2. And on the top side, we're going to have the Black Forest team. We're going to have JaySquared and Pedro. I'm not exactly sure which player is controlling which side. It's going to be Chinese versus Huns, so something you don't normally see. I think Chinese could be very strong in a double Arabia setting because you get like what do you get? You get like 6 extra villagers here, but you don't get double the resources lost. For example, like normally you get minus 200 wood and I think minus, what, 150 food, something like that. That doesn't double if you're playing on a double setting here. Whereas the villager number, I think, does double. So already, early villager lead for the Chinese here. 4 villagers ahead right now. That is off balance by the resources that they do lose, just being Chinese, but I don't think it'll offset that much. And I think the Chinese could have a good advantage here. Although typically I think the Huns are the standard for double Arabia. But anyway, let's take a look at the maps right now. And I'm going to speed up the game just a little bit here. So for the VIK team on the left town center, we're going to have a forward goal here. Going to be pretty hard to defend. Just look how close it is to our blue player here on the NC side. Have a back gold over here. And a back gold over here if he needs to fall back on it. Might be good to wall this in. And maybe use that as your primary gold. I'm not exactly sure. Over on the right town center for the VIK team. Forward side side gold. Is that the NC team's boar? I can't tell. No, actually stealing a boar right now. Both these town centers within boar radius, I suppose. But the NC team going to steal a boar here. And this gold looks to be pretty safe here, as long as they don't lose the hill. So it looks like left town center a little bit more vulnerable than the right town center. I think the scout could run into the town center. No. Gonna move immediately away. Let's take a look at the right town center for the Black Forest team. This gold looks a little bit vulnerable, but could wall in through here, possibly. Forward stone. And a little bit of dirty play here. And for the left town center of Black Forest, gold is a little bit vulnerable, but again, could just wall through here. Especially through here. What is this, SimCity? 1600 level? Gonna build 4 houses in a row, that's kind of funny. Might actually be intentional though, could wall in through here. Standard on double Arabia, probably gonna be the Night Rush. Reason for that is it takes quite a while to get up to the Castle Age, due to having to produce villagers from both town centers. So usually by the time you're up to the feudal age, you usually have enough resources for a fast castle anyway. And knight's going to be the preferred option here. Probably going to favor the Huns with the faster build speed, and of course later on in the game they do have paladins. Don't really need to transition into anything else. Whereas Chinese probably going to want to transition into camels or chukunu or whatever. So I think army composition is going to favor the Huns here. Later on, the Chinese, they do get camel though, and camel's going to be a huge X factor here, especially going against the Huns. Just so important to have camel when you're going against a cavalry civ. Such a big advantage. What could the Huns do to offset camel? They could go heavily into monks, maybe. Again, the production speed could outmass knights to camels. I think the production speed is the same otherwise. And maybe we see an early transition into castles, which are pretty good against camels, and chukunu, which are pretty strong overall. And then maybe again the Huns go into cavalry archers, so we'll just have to see. Just predicting how we think the game might go. But despite this military disadvantage I think the Chinese could be at, they are 6 villagers ahead, and have been 4 villagers ahead throughout most of this game. So much stronger economy from the Chinese here. And they get their other bonuses as well for their economy. Cheaper technologies and more food on farms. Gonna take the forward deer here. Nice choice. And both players, I assume, trying to go up to feudal age, probably do a night rush. It is possible to see a scout rush, but it's pretty unlikely. Trying to fix something. Anyway, let's check if both players are up to the next stage right now. Getting pretty close. It looks like the Black Force team is about to click up. This villager's gonna get mauled by a wolf. Woo woo! Actually, looks like the scout's gonna pick it off, so. But the wolf did most of the dirty work here. So gonna be a villager down for the Black Force team. Don't think it makes a big difference right now. Look at the villager count right now, 46 to 41. One villager not gonna be the biggest deal right now. But hey, you can take what you can get. Here's the feudal age. Definitely will have enough resources to go up to the next age as long as they take gold here, which looks like they are heavily doing. A lot of villagers on gold could indicate a night rush. And it looks like not even taking this boar on the left side. Probably doesn't need it. And a slower castle age for the VIK players. Again, could be due to that monster Chinese economy. And very, very smart walls on this left side. Could even wall through here. Oftentimes what I see in these 2v2 games, not in these 2v2 games, in this Double Arabia, is players trying to wall off one side of the map. Like basically just isolate one of their town centers. And say, that's my pure eco town center, and other side will be pure aggression town center. And that's kind of what we're seeing actually. It looks like VIK doing some heavy walling on this left side as well. And the right side staying pretty open for both players. Barracks coming up from both players. I do expect to see stables. And it looks like VIK gonna lose their first scout here. Don't want to do that. But gonna lose their second scout also, look. Scout's not gonna get away. Gonna lose both scouts. So we are 2-0 right now. I'm kind of rooting for the NC team to the German team here to create some sort of a comeback. And that's pretty good, being 2 scouts up, able to see what their opponent is doing. Whereas the VIK team is not able to see what their opponent is doing. Archery range. So we talked about that camel play that the Chinese could go into, so maybe this is one of the reasons to see an archery range at this stage of the game. Both players at this high level, of course, thinking about, you know, how the mid-game matchup is going to go as far as armies, late-game matchup. Much more so than I do. Anyway, looks like the VIK team is up to the next age. And the Black Force team, despite being a lot faster to feudal age, not that much faster up to the castle age. Still up by 4 villagers right now. 4 villagers not going to make a huge difference right now, but definitely made a huge difference earlier in the game. And stone walls, I actually like this decision. Don't like stone walls too much. No way you're going to get these stone walls up, buddy. But I definitely think it's a good idea. Less places on the map you have to focus. And stone walls, they do give you map control. Neither player choosing to go for military early on either. You know, sometimes it's hard to get these big stone walls up because players have gone into military early on. Which, it looks like the VIK team, they're going to hold out for cavalry archers here. These stone walls, though, they do give, I think, VIK a little bit more access to resources here. You can see this forward gold and these forward stones here. Going to be contested throughout this game. 3 stables for the Black Forest team. And nice scout rush here. Just 2 of these, the starting scouts, and then adding an extra one here. Going to take a villager from the VIK team. They're now down to 51 villagers now. Going to try to get a second one. These scouts are pretty low. Going to run back for now. Just try to harass a little bit. Castle age for the VIK team. And we're going to see 3 stable knights here. So going to try to compete with the Huns on knights. I think they can do it. They are early up to the next age. And finally, here we see the Huns players up to the next age. And this is where the mind games really comes into play here. We see 3 archery ranges here from the VIK team. Actually going into monastery now. These scouts are going to be pretty good against monks, actually. And I've got to think one of the reasons you do go into these archery ranges is because you're thinking camels this whole time. But the NC team, they're going to go straight into knights now. And just the psychological factor you can gain by picking the Chinese. And this is going to be devastating right now. This knight is pretty low, but these two knights full HP. We need to see more units here. Few cavalry archers. Cavalry archers are great at hitting and running, but I don't think they'll be too great in this situation. We really need to see the monks right now. And losing some more villagers for the VIK team. Now a full 10 villagers behind right now. And these cavalry archers are going to try to stay as close to the town center as possible. 3 town centers for the VIK team. Only 2 town centers for the NC team right now. But the VIK team is going to take even more damage here. Slow reaction right now. Should be seeing a faster reaction here. Remember, 2 players on the same team. And where's the monk? Monk is right in the town center. Should get a conversion here. Well, look at a conversion. Gets a conversion, but will sadly pass on. And VIK needs to stabilize quickly before they become overwhelmed. Villager difference now up to 12 villager difference. Knights are going to move on to the left side here. Very few upgrades on these cavalry archers. They're not going to stand much of a chance if the knights close the distance here. And there you can see, it just takes 5 hits to take down a cavalry archer. And they're going to get straight onto the wood lane. Even more damage coming in. These knights not even giving a damn, going right into the town center. And great decision by the Black Forest team to go for 3 stables here. Even though they're delaying their boom a little bit here. Actually, they're not even anywhere close to getting a second town center up. So they have to do damage in this situation. And it actually could come back to bite them now. 4 town centers for the VIK team. Right side has stabilized. Left side looks like it's stabilized as well. So it's 4 town centers versus 2 town centers right now. I think the biggest thing here is these stone walls have delayed their town centers so much right now. Look at the stone count. 5 stone count. Need 100 for a town center. And we'll keep an eye on these villager numbers right now. It's 10 villager difference right now. I bet you in a few minutes' time, though, the VIK team could pull ahead in villagers. The key for them, though, is to keep raiding and keep killing villagers here. Cavalry archers are getting up to a critical mass, though. We need to see more upgrades on them. Thumb ring, bloodlines, ballistics. +2 armor and +1 attack. Heavy investment on these knights. Very strong at the stage. And yeah, even going up to under the town center, trying to take out some cavalry archers. It's looking pretty dicey on this left side for the VIK team. Just not enough upgrades on these guys. And they need to wall this up quickly. Need to see more army from the VIK team. Woo! Still no second town center for the NC team. Should be getting one right about now. 100 stone in the bank. And this is looking pretty bad on the left side here. But at the same time, villager number is closing quite a bit here. 7 villager difference now. And you know what? As long as these cavalry archers are distracting the knights, I think that's a win from them. Nice split by the Black Forest team, though. 1 knight over here doing the damage. Right side looks pretty peaceful for now. 2 monks, that's going to be a pretty good deterrent here. Monks are pretty slow, though. Going to take them a while to get to this left side. And I'd like to even see a monastery on this left side here. Going up to a 4 stable now. I still don't see the second town center. They're now at 200 stone now. So this might be a conscious decision to go for this 4th stable instead of the next town center. And just pile in the pressure here. This left side's definitely feeling the hurt. Basically just one whole town center full of villagers being completely inactive. But on the other hand, the other 3 town centers are working properly. And these monks, it looks like they will get they'll get 2 conversions here. 1 conversion. What happened to the other conversion? I don't know. But hey, that's better than nothing, I guess. And villager difference right now, still 5 villager difference. Still need to see more upgrades on these cavalry archers. And looks like a siege workshop could start putting on the pressure on these archery ranges. We'll have to rebuild them. Right now, I'm going to take the NC team's, the Black Forest team's position. I'm going to sneak out some villagers here. Very risky play. Maybe try to get some more gold. And just continuing to lose villagers now. Cavalry Archer's gonna get sandwiched. Only able to attack with 1 knight at a time, it looks like, though. But I don't think it's gonna be enough. Starting to get overwhelmed, I think. We need to see more and more monks. More micro with the monks. Monks could really be what turns it around here. Yeah, the thing with pikemen, though, you're spending food on 4 town centers, just to keep 4 town centers running. I can't imagine you spending more, even more food on pikemen. Oh man, this knight's doing so much damage here, killing 3 villagers. Looks like 1 conversion. Should see a 2nd conversion. And that's an okay trade. Trying to slow it down more. We need to see more monks. Your opponent is making only knights. You know, making only knights would be only monks would be a pretty good idea, I think. And here's the 2 battering rams to put some pressure on these archery ranges. Once the archery ranges go, it should be the town center next. And here's a stable for the VIK team. Still no bloodlines or a thumb ring for the VIK team. And here's another town center. Is that the 3rd town center? Finally, the 3rd town center. But their damage has definitely paid off here, in my opinion. Now just about maybe 10 villagers in the lead for the Black Forest team. No way that monk stood a chance. Castle on top of this hill. I think it's quite a defensive castle, actually. But it's a safe castle, and if this castle stays up through the majority of the game, we'll grant them we'll grant access to these resources here, as well as a good pushing point. Finally, bloodlines, +1 armor on these cavalry archers. Good thing with having 2 players control the same player is the same color. Is cavalry archer is going to be much easier to micro here. You know, one player can just focus on the economy, other player can just focus on micro. And just out of desperation, another town center on this gold. Very important for the VIK team that these villagers do take out the rams before the knights come in. Cavalry is just going to fire from the back. And it looks like cavalry archers do have thumb ring just looking at it. Very important upgrade for cavalry archers. And it's just going to be too many knights here. I think we're going to see a GG pretty soon. Knights, just such a good unit for such a good blunt force unit, especially going into a fast castle. Cavalry archers, they're more finesse. You need to raid at the same time as defend. And if this was a knight-on-knight battle, definitely had to give the advantage to the Huns for their faster build speed, but that's not the way this game turned out. You know, whether it's due to the mind games or whatever. combo is definitely a very good combo. Good mass of cavalry archers now. Monks are able to heal in the back, get some conversions. And the VIK team, they're not that far behind in military right now, I think. It's just they just keep continuing to take damage. And it's going to take quite a while to clear out these knights, just microing with this small mass of cavalry archers. They really need to get to the mass where they can start one-shotting knights. Good news for the VIK team, it looks like the right side's pretty much untouched. In fact, look at the stable, just within a screen of this mining camp here. And I think the VIK team's still losing way too many cavalry archers to knights here. Need to do more hit and run. Husbandry would be a great technology. Especially with this amount of microwing going on, I think husbandry has to be a must here. Did VIK click Imp? It looks like Black Forest clicked Imp. VIK did not click Imp yet. So maybe this Imp will be the game changer. Bracer, it's a huge technology, +1 range, +1 attack, but at the same time VIK is losing all their cavalry archers. Again, husbandry would be such an important technology, especially if the Black Forest team already has husbandry. And just checking out right now, looks like they're both moving at about the same speed. Very underrated technology. Second castle, going to secure both of these hills. Going to be very hard for the VIK team to kick off these castles. And it's just a good foothold for raiding. Bottom left side looking pretty bad. We could potentially lose all these villages over here. That's going to be half the economy for the VIK team, and that's going to be it. Bracer would have been a game-changing technology if there were any cavalry archers left for it to affect. But good game from the NC team here. Chinese, very strong civilization under these sort of settings. And cavalry archers just didn't hold up very well against these heavily upgraded knights. Especially going for the early boob here. Didn't see enough monks, I think. But a pretty nice game overall. 4 units killed for the Black Forest team. Doesn't surprise me at all. Better economy for both of them, even though they were only on 2 town centers. Doesn't surprise me again. Just had much more efficient economies. Weren't raided at all the entire game. And here's the timeline. Better uptime for the Chinese players. Again, better economy. You can see, look at the score difference right here. Just early game. Just having the extra villagers. Probably be too weird to put the Age of Mythology soundtrack on the background. Anyway, let's go to the next game. Score is now 2-1. This will be a best of 5. And without further ado, if you guys have any requests for any soundtrack you want to hear in the background that isn't copyrighted, just go ahead and message me. Does thumbring affect load time? I don't think thumbring does affect load time. Although I might be wrong, I'm not sure. Can I turn on the researches? I have the spectator dashboard on. It doesn't appear to be working with co-op. I wish I could. Anyway, let's get into the next game. Hello, my name is Nobody. Welcome to Game 4 between VIK and the Black Forest team in this round of 8 of the Brothers in Arms co-op tournament here. We have Dench and Vinchester playing as the purple, playing as the Byzantines, and we are playing on Arena, one of the best maps in the world, in my opinion, of course. In the left corner, in the blue chunks, we have the Black Forest team consisting of JaySquared and Pedro. And they're going to be playing as the Tudens here. Strong civs. Can't wait to go through the civ analysis of these two civs. And let's go ahead and do that right now. So, Tudens. What's great about the Tudens in Arena? Oh, that's Byzantines. Teutons. Monk's healing range, kind of useful. Kind of useful if you go to for a monk rush, but otherwise not really useful. Doesn't matter. Good economy bonus with farms costing less. I would say pretty good. Pretty great economy bonus, actually. It doesn't matter. Won't matter. Probably won't matter, but the big bonus here is going to be units resist conversion. Really great on a monk rush. Basically, it means other civs can't even touch you with the monk rush because of this extra bonus here. Otherwise, going into late game, some pretty substandard archers and skirmishers. They do get gunpowder. Halbs. Halbs are fully upgraded, so we could see that. Very good paladin line, except missing husbandry. So the bread and butter for the tunes probably going to be hand cannons and halbs. Maybe we see some paladins later on, and of course siege onagers. Monk rush is going to be hard to stop for the tunes, I think. So very good arena civ overall. So that was the blue team over here. As far as with the Byzantines, they're this is their map, man. Byzantines just really good on arena. They too get a let's see, Byzantines. They too get a monk bonus here. Monks heal faster, so that's in contrast to the Teutons where they get the healing range bonus. They also get all the monk technologies, just like the Teutons, except herbal medicine here, which actually I think the Teutons also miss. So pretty ironic. Building HP. This is going to help out the army if they do choose to go into halbs and skirmishes. So that'll be a nice bonus to their army. Especially if we do see paladins, some halbs, cheaper halbs going to work out here. And Advance in the Imperial Age costing less, so that could help their monk rush if they go for it. Definitely not going to want to monk rush a Teuton civ though. So I think overall I'd give the advantage to the Teutons here. I think as far as raw army goes, I think the Byzantines should have a better army if you don't include the monks because of the cheaper skirms and cheaper spearmen. Paladin's going to be a great option for the Teutons though. And that'll be a big deal if they can get enough access to enough gold, and if the game goes late enough. Also, the Teuton's going to have Siege Onager there, whereas the Byzantine's going to have Siege Ram. So you guys can take opinions on which civ you think is going to be better here. I'm going to go with probably going to go with the Teutons due to their monk rush option. But let's take a look at the map. The back stone, back gold. Not going to be vulnerable to a monk rush. Very good for them. And 2 golds in the back here for the VIK team, as well as a forward stone here. For the Black Forest team, also have a back gold. Look at this, two wolves here just guarding this entrance here. Two more wolves in the back. They have a side gold in the back. 2 side golds in the back actually. And only difference here is going to be that the NC team has a forward stone, whereas the VIK team has a stone in the back. And unfortunately, Blue not finding his sheep here. Let's put this on 60% speed. 75 for now. So both players going through their builds. If I was the VIK team right now, my biggest priority would be probably thinking I would probably just assume that the Black Forest team would go for a monk rush here. So I'm trying to think of what my defense to that would be. You know, if the Black Forest team chooses not to go for a monk rush, then you know, they'll still be at a little advantage there. But I think worst case scenario is they go for the monk rush. So that's what I'd be preparing for as the VIK team. So let's see if they mount some sort of defense here. And if the Black Forest team actually does decide to go for that strategy. And nothing special really going on right now. Very risky call, shooting the town center with the villagers here. Often something you see from Mr. Yo. He's almost perfected at this point. It's a skill you have to perfect. You mess up once, might lose you a game. But very risky. And both players are up to the next age. See a little bit of a difference in times here. The VIK team is going to choose to go up on one villager more. Teutons do get the economy bonus, saving a bit of wood on the farms here. So I wonder if that helped them get up to the next age a little earlier. Probably did. And there's the feudal age. Blacksmith, that's pretty normal. Market in the back. And market blacksmith here. One thing I do notice from arena players though is they do choose to place their market and blacksmiths usually in the farther in the back of their base. If you're showing a market and blacksmith right at the edge of the walls here to your opponent's scout, kind of give away as to what your strategy might be. Or at least it rules out some options, which you never want to do. No idea what they're Xing. Maybe town center position? Huh. Both players up to the next age. The Black Forest team is going to be a little bit earlier up. No villagers going forward right now. Second mining camp though, so we're definitely going to see monks here. And defensive monks particularly. And if I was the NC team, I would build some forward monasteries, knowing that you have the scout HP advantage here. There's the next age. And 2 monasteries. Pretty expected here. And we're going to see a monastery. This is kind of... this is just to secure some relics right now. Maybe get a little vision, I think. Not so much an aggressive play, but going to go up to another town center. And probably a third town center here as well. Should have enough wood right about now. There you go. 3 town centers. Very, very, very risky for the VIK team right now. Going to try to outboom this monk rush. But this might work in the situation because these monasteries are in the back here. Siege Workshop's also on the very back. I don't know why the Black Forest team is being so defensive here. You know, why not place the monasteries forward, and especially the Siege Workshop forward? This is going to slow down their push quite a bit here. And give the VIK team some time to get their eco up and running. Gonna get a nice monk kill here. And that's going to be good. Again, slowing down the push for the Black Forest team. They're going to be going only off of 1 town center here. That's kind of typical of what you see. And it looks like going to get the conversion on the scout. You're not going to see any sort of metal economy here, though. Because there are 2 players in this game. Going to be very beneficial for a monk rush, actually. Didn't even think about that. 2 players able to micro monks much more efficiently than 1, and it's going to make monks a lot stronger here. Especially if they go up against like maybe Arbalest or Elite Skirmisher from the Byzantine player. A little bit of extra HP on these gates going to help. And still no second town center here. Villager number going to speedily get ahead for the VIK team. But still, what's the defense here? Sanctity. I don't think monks is going to work out too well in this situation against the Teutons. And going to go with the monastery in the back here as well. I think this is a big mistake. could be that players aren't used to playing non-mirror civs. You don't see non-mirror civs that often in higher level games. I love to play non-mirror civs, but a lot of these players not too used to it. So maybe not even thinking about the Tudens bonus here. And university built. Guard tower, maybe? I don't know. Maybe try to click up to the next age. Could actually work out if they click up to the next age, get the early upgrades on the monks. But anyway, this push has been a lot slower. I think these mangonels could have already taken down this town center if the siege workshop was forward. Here comes another monastery. And I'm not even sure it's necessary to delete those scouts with the Tudens bonus. And here we're going to see a big mistake, I think, by VIK. Actually going to be able to get out of there without having to get the monk converted. No, no! Don't go up with that town center, man. Go up with this one, yeah. Extra HP on the town center also going to be able to help out here. And this game is extremely close right now, I think. Looks like VIK is getting up to the next age, going into archery ranges right now. A few stables. Pretty small economy for an Imperial Age, but definitely much more economy than the Black Forest players here. Still on one town center. Haven't done any of the damage. Again, I think the biggest mistake here is just not building those buildings forward and not doing this early enough. This could be for a castle, though. And there's the castle. It's not on top of the town centers, though. This castle doesn't really accomplish too much, I think. Keeps VIK in their own base, I suppose. And VIK doesn't have any stone in the bank right now. Just gonna start mining some stone right now. Since when does the Byzantine bonus apply to big gates? I always thought it always applied to gates. It applies to walls as well. Only time I think it doesn't apply to gates is in the HD edition. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. 2750, actually no, I'm wrong. It's such an odd number, 2750, so I thought it was, apparently it just applies to walls. Huh. A good catch. Anyway, we're seeing Arbalest, pretty good counter against monks. And even Arbalest, with all their upgrades, not too bad against Mangonels with some good micro here. Again, two players, gonna see some pretty good micro out of them. And generally gonna favor units that require a lot of micro here. Anyway, here's the Imperial Age upgrade. Don't have my spectator dashboard up and running right now. But struggling to get some of the expensive upgrades. We don't see Arbalest come in. Actually, we do see Arbalest, but no Bracer yet. Bracer probably going to be more important here. This town center's not going to go down anytime soon. And right now, I think I'd give the advantage to the VIK team right now. Much bigger economies. Already going into a unit that could counter this. Actually, I missed it. The Black Forest team does have a trebuchet out. We'll start to hammer down these town centers pretty quickly here. And we'll see have to see how this works out. Looks like these monks do have redemption. Able to take out a Mangonel. That's pretty good. Take out two monks here. Take out another Mangonel. Could see some more monk shots here. And smart move by VIK trying to attack on the other side as well. Again, we'll have to see how this works out. Normally, I'd say Arbalest, definitely a better choice against monks. But one player must be just microwing these monks away. So that would give an advantage to the monks here. VAK now on 92 bills, just 53 for the Black Forest team. They are doing a little bit of damage here, though. Definitely have map control. Taking out 2 town centers now. And VIK is going to have to push back eventually here. "13 health left on this ram. That's kind of funny. More Arbalest now with the attack upgrades. Not seeing too much more army, though. And just one Arbalest on this right side, going to be able to do a lot of damage. Monks are going to try to get a conversion here, though. And it's hard to say who's winning this game right now. Score's still pretty close. 500 ahead for the VIK team. Looks like this town center will stay up. These monks do have redemption, though, I think. And conversion's going to come in instantly now. And I can't tell, but I think Heresy has been researched here. I haven't seen a single unit go blue here. Yeah, it looks like Heresy has been researched. That's such a huge upgrade. And definitely worth it in this situation. It's so hard to tell who's going to come out on top here. I think the Arbalists are going to come out on top. Still able to one-shot these monks. And let's see how many are going to get away right now. Just 4 left, 3 left, 2 left. Just 2 are going to get away. That's definitely going to be a win for the Arbalist here. Going to want to run away from these trebuchets, though. And it goes to show you how important Heresy was here. If Heresy hadn't been researched, this would absolutely be a landslide here. And I think with that engagement, VIK... What are the villagers doing? What are the villagers doing? They're gonna bum rush the trebuchets? What? What are you doing, man? You don't... I'm so confused. Okay. This definitely has to go as a play of the day. I'm not sure it's the best play of the day, but it's definitely the play of the day. And on this right side, just losing so many rams to villagers right now. Arbalest's gonna go straight through the castle, pick up some more monks on the way. More villagers getting kills on the trebuchets. This isn't Spanish. These villagers don't even have loom. What? What? But at the same time, VIK is taking down this castle. It's just a show of their dominance right now. It doesn't even need those villagers. It doesn't even need loom. This game's that easy for them. And picking up even more monks, these Arbalists really getting their money's worth. And this should be the end of the game, I think, for the Black Forest team. I can't... Were both of these players discussing, you know, throwing their villagers away for the trebuchets without loom here? I can't imagine that was the discussion they had in this game. Oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Still losing more rams to this town center. You can get Cap Ram. Here's Onager. Gonna be pretty good against Arbalest. Again, just the micro involved, though. Arbalest gonna be a little bit better than usual, I think. It looks like this right side's gonna stabilize for now. Remember, though. Remember, redemption has been done. So monks could be a counter to these Onagers, even though they have the resistance bonus. Gonna push on this right side. This is where all the extra resources in the game are gonna be right now. Plenty of gold in the back, though, for the VIK team. They're not gonna be hurting on gold anytime soon. A little bit of stone to mine. They're gonna want to collect some more stone as this game progresses, and here's the town center on the left side for the stone. They're losing control of this top side, though. Onagers just so strong. Here's gonna be 2 monks right now to help counter these Onagers. What's the economy for Black Forest look like right now? 71 vills. They're about 50 away from where they should be. Still only one town center. Because of that, I think I still give the advantage to the Black Forest team. You know, maybe add another town center at this stage of the game. It's not going to hurt you that much. Maybe even a third town center. And you're not going to win the game just with onagers. Four trebuchets going to go on top of this castle. Just more rams. More rams going to suicide themselves, I think. Must have lost at least 7, 8 rams in this general area. And now we're going to see a transition into Haub. Arbalest Haub combo going to be extremely hard to counter with the small economy that Black Forest has at this point. Castle's going to go down instantaneously. Doesn't matter if you lose a few trebs here. And I think we'll be seeing... There's the GG right now. Nice play from the Black Forest team. I think their biggest mistake this game, though, again, just not placing those buildings forward. You were winning the Scout War. You were definitely going to win the Scout War. Everybody knew you were going to Monk Rush. You know, why not build your buildings forward with the Siege Workshop forward? Could have pushed a lot earlier. Could have done a lot more damage. Town Center could have gone down a lot earlier. Could have placed the castle more forward. And just take it from there. Split the base in half with your castle. And force your opponent into a corner here so they won't be able to take the right side. All of that could have been done, I feel, with just more aggressive building placement. But play of this game definitely goes to that bum rush. No loom, bum rush against the trebuchets. Actually surprisingly effective, I think. Let's take a look at the achievements. More units killed. More units killed actually for the Black Forest team here. Doesn't matter so much though because so much more economy for the VIK team. Actually more gold collected for the Black Forest team. Imp times. Villager high, big difference here. A lot of relic gold for the Black Forest team though. That definitely helps helps with these pushes. 4-1. And where's units converted? 27 units converted here. Bit of a power spike here once that engagement did go down here.